So congratulations, you've just had an offer accepted on a house. So what happens next? Well, the next step is to complete a home inspection. So what is a home inspection? Well, a home inspection is a professional evaluation of a property's physical structure, from the roof all the way down to the foundation. Now, the purpose is to discover any safety concerns or issues that either need to be fixed or could affect the value of the property. The home inspector will be typically looking at 4 different areas. This includes structure, which looks at foundation, floors, ceiling and roof. The exterior, which looks at the condition of the decks or the balconies, walkways, driveways and any other potential trip hazards. The interior, which can include kitchen appliances, stairs and general condition of the interior of the property. And finally, systematic, which would include plumbing, electrical, heating and cooling systems, insulation, ventilation, etc. So what other inspections do I recommend? Well, firstly, if there are issues found in the main home inspection, then follow-up inspections may need to be arranged. For example, if the roof is old and towards the end of its life, we need the roofer to come out and take a closer look to see what repairs would have to be done or if it should be replaced. Now, in the Pacific Northwest, we are fortunate to have a lot of trees. However, the tree roots have the potential to cause issues to sewer lines. So in almost all cases, I will also recommend a sewer scope is conducted. Now, this is where a professional inspector will run a flexible camera through your sewer and allows them to record and see the condition of your pipes. Your inspector will be looking for visible cracks, damages or clogs and report any structural damage or health risks that come from your sewers. Now, obviously, some properties in more rural areas will not be on the public sewer or even public water systems. So in those cases, septic inspections or well water inspections may be recommended where appropriate. So what else should you consider? Well, another inspection you may want to consider is a radon test. Now, radon is a naturally occurring radioactive gas that exists almost everywhere in small quantities. Now, while having a small amount of radon inside your house is fairly normal, it can possess health risks, including lung cancer, if it is in larger quantities. Now, radon has no odor, no color or taste, so the only way to detect it is with a professional radon test. There are different types of tests available, including short-term, long-term and continuous tests, and the most common type of test you will find when purchasing a home is a 48-hour test. Now, this is where the inspector places the detector in the property, and at the end of the test, the inspector will provide a report and if it failed or passed. So approximately 1 out of every 4 homes fail the test, so this is a common problem. Now, in the event that the test does fail and it is over the recommended safety limit, then there are several things that can be done to reduce the levels. This includes sealing any cracks and installing a radon mitigation device, which in many cases can remove up to 99% of the radon. So finally, a couple of other tests that you may want to consider is a tank sweep, which checks if there are any underground oil tanks, which could cause environmental issues, and also a mold inspection on the property could be worthwhile. Now remember, the home inspection is there for your benefit, so you fully understand what you're buying, and I recommend you talk it through with your realtor, who should be able to guide you through the process. So how long do you have to complete the home inspection? Well, firstly, you need to check your sales contract, as this is something that typically will be stated as part of your initial offer. Now, I'm a licensed real estate broker in Oregon and Washington, and the default language in the sales contract is different by state. In Oregon, the default option is that you have 10 business days to complete your home inspections. However, in Washington, you have 10 calendar days to complete the inspections. Now again, check your contract because these are just the default timeframes, and yours could be different if you selected a different option when writing your offer. Now, it's also important to mention that this time frame is not only how long you have to complete your initial inspection, any follow-up inspections, but also the deadline of when you need to reach an agreement with the seller on how to proceed. So is it normal to find any issues with the home inspection? Well, the answer is yes, But again, it does vary. Now remember, in the Pacific Northwest, many homes were built well over 100 years ago, so building standards have changed significantly since they were constructed. There will be issues that are found, and this is fairly normal. But a question I always like to ask the home inspector is, how is the condition of the property compared to others that I've seen in the area and any others of the same age, as this gives a little more perspective on the issues that they've found. So what happens if you do find a big issue on the home? Well, once again, check your contract. If you've waived the inspection contingency, there isn't a great deal you can do, but talk this over with your realtor first to see what your options are. Now, assuming you didn't waive the contingency and you're within the contingency time frame, you do have several options on how to proceed. Now, firstly, you can accept the property in the condition it's in and continue to move forward with purchasing the home. Secondly, you can ask the seller to fix the issue prior to closing. You could also ask for a price reduction or contributions from the seller towards your closing costs. And then finally, a more drastic option is you're within your right to walk away from the home if the house has just too many problems for you. Now, the option you choose is entirely up to you, but I also recommend you consider what type of market we are in. In a strong seller's market, sellers are going to be more reluctant to fix issues or contribute towards closing costs. So in this type of market, it may be best to just focus on the health, safety, and structural integrity issues. Also remember that if there are things you're asking them to fix prior to the sale, that might mean a delay to the closing date. Now, personally, I've seen that asking for money towards closing costs so you can fix the issues once the property is yours has been a more successful strategy. But again, every situation is different, and make sure you talk through the options with your realtor first. Okay, so how much does a home inspection cost? And that really depends on the size of the property. Inspectors set their own prices, so it's important to shop around, but for a single family home that is approximately 1,500 square feet, you should expect to pay around $400 to $500, and larger homes will obviously cost more. Condos could be cheaper, as they typically would just be an interior inspection only. And then radon tests and sewer scopes are additional tests and additional costs, and they may be closer to $100 to $150 each. Okay, so let's recap. Do I recommend buyers conduct a home inspection? Well, in almost all cases, the answer will be yes, absolutely, because that inspection is there to protect you. Now remember, buying a home is one of the largest financial decisions you can make, so in almost all cases, I'm going to recommend you conduct a home inspection so you can be sure on the condition of the property. So before you submit your offer on a property, be sure to talk it through with your realtor on what it means to waive the inspection, and take the time to read your contract carefully about the inspection contingency. Ultimately, every situation is different, so you need to do what is right for you. Now, please remember, I'm a realtor licensed in the states of Oregon and Washington and primarily serve the Portland metro area. If you have any questions about real estate, about the home inspection process, please do reach out. I would love to help you through the process. Thanks for watching.